Hey everyone, welcome back to Architects Passion. Passion. You know, the place where we dive into all things, the architecture with a laid back vibe. I'm your host, Baron J, and today we're talking about something super duper important and how to keep that fire burning in our architecture studies. Whether you're pulling all nighters in the studio or just trying to find some inspiration, this episode is for you. And kung wala kang matutunan dito, wala lang. Share ko lang. So, let's get into it. Architecture is an amazing field. Sabi nila, madali lang daw mag-drawing, madali lang daw gumawa ng plano, but let's be real. It can be tough. It can be tough. I don't know. Kidding. The long hours, the intense projects, and sometimes it feels like you're just going through the motions. But don't worry, baby. We've got some tips and stories to help you stay passionate and be inspired. First up, let's talk about personal stories, di ba? Mas maganda magkapala muna tayo ng, alam mo yun, loob. Mahirap naman pag masyado na yung pagmal. Malay nyo, may matutunan kayong katarantaduhan sa akin. Kidding aside. Well, I remember my first year in architecture school. It was a roller coaster. There were moments of pure excitement, and times I questioned everything. But what kept me going were the stories from upperclassmen and professionals who have been through it all. Hearing how they overcame challenges and found their niche was incredibly motivating for me. For instance, I once met an architect who started struggling with design concepts but found his passion in sustainable architecture. His journey was a reminder that it's okay to evolve and find your unique path. Yeah, path. Next, let's dive into some inspirational projects. Have you ever looked at a building and just felt wow, awestruck? Yeah. Projects like Sagrada Familia or the falling house. Wow. This masterpiece remind us why we fell in love with architecture in the first place. Actually, di naman nakaka-enlive. Pero pag nakita mo kasi yung masterpiece na yun, talagang, alam mo yun, talagang mapapatunga ka eh. Take some time to explore this work. Visit them if you can. Or just read about them. They can reignite the spark. And don't forget to look at local architecture too. Sometimes the most inspiring designs are right in your backyard, diba? Malay mo, nasa likod yun na pala yung Sagrada. Now, let's get practical with balancing work and life. It's easy to get lost in your work. But remember, you are more than just an architecture student. Make time for hobbies, hang out with friends, and don't forget to rest. Um, Maging kupal ka din minsan. Sorry for the words. But that's me. A well-rested minded is a creative mind. Yeah. One thing that helped me was setting boundaries. Like no work after 8 p.m. or 24 hours walang gawa-gawa. Tulog-tulog lang. It gave me time to unwind and recharge. Especially mahilig ako matulog. So, one of my favorite parts of this journey has been meeting amazing people. Yeah. Excuse me. Inubo na. We're not being some good speakers, professors, practicing architects, or even alumni can offer perspectives and advice. Yeah. Their experience can be provide valuable insights and maybe even open doors for you. For example, once I had a professor who shared his experience working in international projects, and his stories were not only fascinating but also showed the diverse opportunity in architecture. Lastly, let's talk about creative exercises. Yan, tayo medyo nahirapan eh. Sometimes all you need is a little break from the norm. Trying sketching something completely unrelated to your projects. Just think outside the box. Or take a walk and observe the architecture around you. These small activities can help you see things from a new angle and keep your creativity flowing. And another great exercise is to collaborate with students from other disciplines. It can be fresh ideas and perspective to your work. And don't forget for the power of reflection. Take some time each week to reflect on what you've learned and how you've grown. It can be incredibly motivating to see your progress and remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. Normal lang naman sa atin na darating talaga sa point na parang panghihinaan ka. Pero ang pinaka-importanting tatandaan mo is yung power of reflection. Kasi kapag binabalikan mo yung progress, yung natutunan mo, at kung paano ka nag-grow, mas lalo tayong mamotivate na magpatuloy sa kung anong gusto mong goal talaga. Now, let's talk about some of the future challenges in architecture. Our generation so, will face some unique issues in professional practice and lot land development and planning. Sometimes sa medyo malalim. In terms of professional practice, we need to focus on ethical and inclusive design. This means creating spaces that cater to diverse community and also promoting accessibility. We also have to tackle sustainability and climate change also by designing energy efficient buildings and using sustainable materials. And let's not forget the rapid advancement of technology. Stay updated with the new tools like yung ginagamit natin ngayon, AI, no, and BIM will be crucial. Plus, the business model in architecture are changing. Well, need to collaborate more with other professionals and adapt to new clients to focus on the services. Yeah. When it comes to land developing and planning, urbanization and overcrowding will be major issues with the global population expected to exceed 10 billion by 2050. Masyadong laki. We'll need to design cities that can handle increased density while maintaining liability. Sustainable land use will be essential. Nabubulol na ako. Essential. Also need to focus on resilient infrastructure, designing buildings that can withstand natural disasters, especially climate impacts. And of course, human-centered design will be the key. Uh, Addressing the fast changes needs communities in integrating data, driven methodologies to create sustainable and livable environment. Additionally, I'd love to discuss some activities we can work on association members related to this issue. For example, uh, we could run, we could organize workshops on sustainable design practices where we learn about eco-friendly materials and uh, energy efficient building techniques. Another idea is to host panel discussions with an expert on ethical and if inclusive design, exploring how we can create spaces that serve diverse. We could also collaborate on planning projects, working together to design resilient home. That is for today episode. I hope these tips will help you stay passionate and inspired in your architecture journey. Remember, it's all about finding what works for you and keep loving that love for architecture alive. Thanks for tuning into Architecture Passions. Once again, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts with us. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep designing. Yeah. Bye bye.